In this video we're going to clean out this track. This is for a French door, but it's exactly the same with a patio door or any UPVC door. So what happens is any water will run down the door and it'll eventually get past that seal and it runs into the track and then it should run outside. But what can happen is the track can get blocked with debris. As you can see, there's a lot of seeds in there and a lot of mould, etc. from the tree that used to be out the back, and that causes this to fill up with water. Eventually it comes inside of the property, which you don't want. So it's normally a dead easy fix. All we need to do is clean that out. You can clean it out using a vacuum cleaner, but we're just going to use some paper towel. We're going to get it dry, clean it out and ensure that the vents are 100% clear, and then any water that gets in there will run to the outside of the property and not the inside. So this can be a big problem. I do know quite a few people who've had this problem recently, and it's very easy to fix and it's very easy to prevent from happening if you just keep the track clean. And you'll soon see just how much debris is actually in there. It is considerably full of it. You see that the seal's not in perfect condition, but this conservatory has recently been hit with a tree and could be being replaced soon. So obviously we don't want to spend too much time and money messing about with it, because we don't know if these doors are going to be replaced soon or not. But we still need to clean this track out. And if you look just there, you can actually see one of the weep holes. Now I have heard of people drilling extra holes in this bit, and you should never need to do that, because the factory ones should always work. If they don't work, they're obviously blocked and they need cleaning. So that's quite simple. So we've got one hole just there, which is a little bit dark, and then we've got another one just there. So it's important to clean the whole track out, because obviously the water is going to run down the track. What you don't want is the water pooling in there. You need to make sure there's a clean path for the water to get out. So if you don't keep this track clean and those holes aren't free, eventually the water will come into the inside of the property and it'll cause a load of damage. In this instance, it would make the laminate flooring swell up and it would lift the floor, and then obviously the laminate would need replacing. So sometimes with this you might only get it happening once a year, once every 3 or 4 years. It can depend on which way the wind is blowing in a lot of cases, but you should still make sure that the track is clean. So another thing you can do is you can take a can of compressed air with a straw and you can put that in the hole, and you should be able to blow that out and it should be clear. If you don't have compressed air, you can use something like this, which is a spray penetrant. We're just going to put that in there, and you need to make sure that it can't blow back at you, because if it's blocked you're going to get covered in it. So we'll just cover that with the towel. And you can see it's just running down there. We're then going to do the same at this side, and you can see that it's weeping out just there, which is exactly how the vents should work. And finally we're just going to take a wipe with a screwdriver, and we're going to clean the track out on the outside and make sure that it's clean. As you can see, we've just got that debris out from there, so it's absolutely critical that you keep this track clean so that the water can run out. And if you do that, you should never get any water running to the inside of the property. Obviously these doors need a really good clean when we get some decent weather, but for now that'll stop the water running to the inside. I should also point out that sometimes people come along with a silicone gun and seal that gap along there, and if you do that, the water has nowhere to go and it's just going to end up going inside of the property. So somebody might come along and silicone it, and you might not notice for a couple of years. The wind might blow in the opposite direction on a really bad rainy day, and you'll end up getting water in your property. It's not always obvious where the vent holes are, but you need to check for them and ensure that they are clean, and ensure that you've got a path for the water to get to the outside of the property.